For me personally, the symbol of ENSO or ENSO has been very, very powerful for me. I think it's a great depiction of the spiritual and personal growth journey. And it never actually looks like it ever finishes. There's kind of like, of course, there are closed ENSOs and open ENSOs, okay? By the way, I'm wearing a shirt that depicts the ENSO as well. So as you guys can see, the ENSO is created in one single stroke. So we want to understand slowly what the symbol means and how does it relate to the flow state? Because I'm a flow state coach and I help you feel better and perform better. My name is Sumed, okay? People call me Master Makara, Dr. Scripps. Okay, I have many different avatars, let's just say, but my ultimate avatar is to be here and teach you right now, okay? Single-mindedness, one-pointedness, okay, direction. You want to understand the metaphors that even come from the creation process of the symbol. Right? Like you have to have clarity and precision and focus, and it's almost like a meditative gesture, right? A meditative motion that you're creating through this Japanese calligraphy. Steve Jobs took the idea of the ENSO and ran with it for a lot of Apple stuff too. It's interesting. A lot of the people who changed the face of the planet have an understanding and a background of ancient wisdom. It's just normal, right? It's just like, it's just something that people do to access the greater depth and edge of being a glitch in this matrix, this waking reality of ours. So it represents tact. It's almost like a minimalistic or a minimalist symbol, right? Because it's very simple. It's just, it looks simple, but it's actually difficult to execute, okay? You can try this out yourself, but you can't take it off your page. You have to do it in one single stroke. And the way you do it is you inhale and exhale around. So this basically depicts the exhale. Some may even say it's this duality of independence and codependence, right? Where you have yourself and then the support structure. It can also represent the journey of samsara, the wheel of life. Well, imagine creating this thing from one fluid stroke and that becoming the metaphor of creation, of the creative act, right? Just one motion that creates the spark to this whole journey. What's interesting too is that the ENSO looks like a zero. And the zero is the 0 point of consciousness, also reminding me that the 0 point of consciousness is associated with manifestation, to get to an empty mind, a clear mind, an open mind, to then a mind with more clear knowing, to then understanding that your mind is hyper creative, it's hyper aware. It can actually bring in things into this reality by you thinking or being a certain way. So the ENSO symbol can only be altered after it's complete, right? So it can be traced back to like 6th century Japan, right? Where it represents the immense space and spaciousness. Basically, this circle has everything that it needs. It's everything and nothing at the same time. Okay? Everything is nothing with a twist, Kurt Vonnegut. It contains nothing that it needs. This ultimate satisfaction, right, the symbol, is a symbol of bliss and satisfaction. It almost represents also Zen, right? Some people even call it the infinite circle or the Zen circle. It's empty, yet it's full. There's no beginning or end to this thing. Okay, it's this continuous motion. It represents Zen Buddhism. It represents the universe in motion, in ecstatic motion. And the fact that it has all it needs to contain its center or its core is a very symbolic demonstration of the fact that we are fully here with everything that we need. And this is my own interpretation and understanding. Obviously, I get a lot of downloads from my guides and things like this, so I gotta give credit where credit is due, you know? And this is also a lot of information from another video on the ENSO. So I just want to give some clarity on that. From my own perspective of this thing, talking about not the closed ENSO, but the open ENSO, right? The one that seems like it's not touching the end of the circle yet. So like, for instance, this part, right? So this edge is almost like that center point. And this is like the subconscious pocket, right? Of getting from conscious mind to subconscious mind. And this is a subconscious integration happening. A newer pattern is forming. Because what is a pattern? A pattern is a loop, correct? A pattern is a loop. And so once we understand this thing, less like a shape, more like a symbolic understanding. So if we see the ENSO in our dreams, what can this tell us? It tells us that there's growth happening, that there's possible for nirvana or enlightenment happening, that some doorways are going to be opened, right? This almost looks like a wormhole or a doorway, right? Like a stargate that you walk through. So why not? I mean, why don't we start seeing it as that? That it's just a doorway to another world. And it's kind of cool that I'm wearing this. It's kind of depicting the Primal Sutra brand. I mean, we gotta also understand that it's also very aesthetic, right? It's like Japanese minimalist aesthetic. And it just has this like, I love this kind of splatter effect on the edges of this, because this is really what, reality is not a perfect circle, right? The growth never looks ordinary or linear. It looks kind of like this in my perspective, right? Transformation is this endless cycle or this infinity circle. And the more we embrace this ENSO mentality of doing things with one decision, being meditative, living through these stargates where we can enter this portal of presence in any time that we prefer. Simply through an exhale, we let go. And from that point, we've pressed the reset button. And now we can recreate. And now we can recreate our experience again. So that's my own understanding of it. And why does it apply to flow state? Well, a flow state is that sense of focus. You do need concentration of flow state to create an ENSO in the first place, right? So I guess flow state would be the ingredients to the byproduct being it represented through an ENSO. And that's why it's representative. You get what I'm saying? Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Kind of new topic for you to simmer and think about. Have an incredible day. May the flow be with you and stay legendary. Let's get it. Upward spiral, gang. May we never be the same again. Let's go.